Hello loves, welcome back to another video. Today obviously we're doing a Denkan Kaminari X listener. This one is called Dear Diary. It is a one shot, and without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. The electrical boy had caught your eye ever since the beginning of the school year. Even in the entrance exam, had the bolt of lightning interested you? His personality wasn't that bad either. Well, to some extent. You knew he had a reputation of a flirt, but you enjoyed his comments, even if every other girl in your year had the exact same ones. The pickup lines he came up with were just hilarious, and when he would try to hit on Jiro or Momo, it was the funniest thing, since basically anything in your opinion. You knew yourself, you had a rather great fondness over the boy, but not until he started dating Mina had you figured out that your feelings lay beyond friendship. Whenever you saw the two together, whether it be holding hands, hugging, or if they were just hanging out, you felt a tug on your heart. It was suffocating and you couldn't keep it to yourself anymore, but you didn't want to tell anyone. So you came to the conclusion to write everything down in a diary. You were not new to the idea of a journal. You always carried one around in your book bag when you were in grade school. You didn't want anyone to read it, but even if they did, it would have not made a difference socially. However, this one did. You didn't want anyone to find out about the small notebook. It was medium-sized, it did not have a lock, and it was your favorite pastel color. You never took it to school. You hid it like you hid your feelings, shading it from the damage that may come if it was ever revealed to your peers. Every day after school, you would rush out of class 1A and into the dorm halls, writing every single thing that happened between your crush and his girlfriend, how you felt towards them, and how you wished you were Mina. Though you were mindful about keeping the book hidden, you did want to leave your mark, so you printed your signature flower in the very corner of the back of the diary. Everyone knew about this flower. You drew it on your food and placed it into the refrigerator or freezer so they knew not to eat it. Throughout this whole situation, you had kept your friendship with both Mina and Kaminari. Everyone had noticed how Kaminari seemed to dial back his flirtatious ways ever since he had started dating Mina. Of course, he would slip up here and there, but that was just his personality. Eventually, though, he stopped altogether, and now you didn't know what to talk to him about. Your entire friendship was based on him flirting and you telling him how bad he was at it. One day, you saw Mina talking with Kirishima, and out of curiosity, you decided to listen in. You hated it, but part of you wished she was maybe cheating. When the thought crossed your mind, you felt sick to your stomach. Why did you feel this way? He was just a boy you hardly had any real conversations with. I think he's ready, Mina spoke. Really? Yeah. Your ears perked up. Who was ready, and for what? If you say so, Kirishima continued. You could see Mina smile. And you know what that means, don't you? Kirishima blushed a little. But Mina didn't give him a second to respond. She quickly pecked him on the cheek and ran off. You could not believe what had just happened, and right in front of your eyes. Mina was cheating on Kaminari. How could she do this? And after he cleaned up his behavior for her, you thought, racing towards the restroom. Throughout that day, you had debated on whether telling Kaminari, bringing it up with Mina, or if you had imagined the whole thing. You didn't want to ruin the relationship over what might have been your eyes playing tricks on you, so you decided to keep it to yourself. And if you found it important, you would write it in your journal when you got home. Never in your life had you been this lenient with your diary out in the open, but it had been a while and not a single one of your classmates had returned. You noticed this when you took a trip to the kitchen for some snacks. You decided to move your thinking space into the living room since you were still writing in your book. You had brought out your homework because, well, for the first time in a long time, you felt at peace in a family room. You finished writing in your journal and took out some homework. When your classmates finally walked through the door, they noticed your things scattered all over the coffee table and floor. Oh, I'll pick my things up right away, you chirped. Do you need some help with that? Ochako said. You nervously smiled, looking over the mess you made. Sure, why not? We'll help too, Mina piped up. She took you by surprise and you started stuttering. Okay. As the Baku squad helped you clean up along with Ochako, you thanked them and went to your room. By the time dinner was ready, you had already forgotten about the dilemma, with the help from some comforting music. You, Ochako, Momo, and Suyu were sitting at the table, while everyone else was around the living room. So, how do you feel about the upcoming assignment? Asked Ochako. You were about to respond, but Bakugo started yelling, Hey, someone left their book on the couch. It's been poking me ever since I sat down. You turned to look at what he was talking about, and once you saw your cute and smoothly decorated book, you froze. Your jaw dropped to the floor and your heart sped up 10 times. Bakugo was holding up your diary and yelling about whoever it belonged to. "If no one comes forward, I'll just throw it away," he said coldly. Your eyes started tearing up as you eyed the journal in his hand. It must have gotten lost on the couch when you were putting your things away. How could you have forgotten about it? You mentally punched yourself until you were knocked unconscious. You didn't want to lose the journal forever. It had all of your memories, not just of Kaminari and Mina, but of all your friends. It would be such a shame to lose it. Without hesitation, you stood up and said, It's my friend's. I was holding it for her. Please give it back." Bakugo looked at you and stormed over. He came as close to you as physically possible and smirked. "Are you sure it's not yours?" You blushed furiously, nodding your head. At the pace you were going at, you were surprised it didn't snap off. You reached out to grab it, but Bakugo pulled it away and did the worst thing imaginable. He started flipping through the pages, reading every last one. There was no name attached, and no physical way to tell who it belonged to. No, you would be smarter than to write your name down. "Bakugo, give it here!" you shouted, causing an uproar among your fellow classmates. Most of them were saying, "Give it back," but a few like Mineta and Kaminari were urging him to read it out loud. He kept going back and forth with them, but then stopped. This caused everybody else to quiet down. He stared into the book for a long time. "What is it, Kachan?" Midoriya asked. Bakugo didn't say anything. He just silently walked towards the fridge and opened it and pulled out a box of chocolates. The box of chocolates looked oddly familiar. It belonged to you. "Bakugo, put it back. It's mine." "Exactly, and how do we know it's yours?" He wasn't being rude, but rather serious, though you are beginning to become impatient with the spiky blonde. "My signature flower, you know this," you answered, annoyed and rolling your eyes to the floor. Until you realized what you had just did, you looked right back up at Bakugo, who was smirking again. "And if it's your friend's, then why does it have the same flower, your signature one, in the back?" he asked, and everyone stared at you waiting for a response. Your face grew redder and redder. You looked to the floor once more and whispered under your breath, "Just give it back." "I'm sorry, what was that?" he said in a teasing tone. You were not up for this and screamed as tears came running down your face. "It's fucking mine, you ass! Now give it back!" Needless to say, Bakugo was caught off guard by your course of action and tone. He slid your book across the table, saying, "Kaminari, just tell her already." Hearing these words, you looked up in confusion. Though your face was still puffy from your tears, you managed to calm yourself down in a matter of seconds. And just like that, everyone shifted their eyes from you to Kaminari. However, your eyes immediately went up to Mina, who was grinning like a clown. Slowly, you turned your attention onto Kaminari, who looked almost dead. He made eye contact with you, and with everyone watching said, "I like you, Ryan." If it were possible, your heart might have beat right out of your chest. You could have used it like a bullet, and it would have been better than a real one. "Say something, you idiot," Bakugo said, smacking your back, making you stumble up as your classmates made way. It was like a movie. You couldn't compare the reality to fantasy anymore. But Mina, we were pretending," Mina said. You turned to her. Why?" "So this player could learn how to stop flirting with other people." "Yeah, she even made him stop flirting with you," Kirishima said, ending a side punch on Mina's knuckles. "Sorry, but you should have seen her." You broke eye contact and again looked at the floor. "Were you really that miserable without me?" Kaminari said, trying to lighten the mood that was set. You were so embarrassed you just wanted to crawl into a bed, form a ball with your body, and stay there forever. You were to walk past Kaminari and up the stairs, clutching onto your diary for dear life, but was dropped by his arm. "I'll walk you," he said, giving you a little smile. Your face softened a little. "I'd like that." I had so much fun writing this. Oh my god, you have no idea how fun it was. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye, loves. Okay guys, so I'm outside filming this outro. I'm very sorry that I said she. I just realized that when I was recording. I don't know if you can hear the background noise, but this is like little light fountain thing like in the front of my apartments, and I live in the front, so I can just walk out of my house and it's like right there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye, loves.
You say you love me, then you don't. You keep me running and running around.